The purpose of this video is to illustrate some simple changes that we can make to our QuickBooks reports to make them more useful for us. I'm going to start off with a journal report. I want you to notice that when the report first pulls up, it looks somewhat different than the reports that you may have seen in your textbook. That's because QuickBooks has made some recent changes to these reports. I'm honestly not very fond of them. I like the traditional reports that you see illustrated in your textbook, so I'm going to click here to switch to Classic View. And I personally like that layout better. That's a matter of personal preference, I would suppose. Let me show you some of the things we can do. First off, in the report period, I can click the downward arrow. I can change it to all different types of time periods here. I'm going to go with all dates. And so now I'm seeing all the transactions that I have recorded out there thus far. And notice these include transfer, payroll checks. If we keep going, it's going to be checks and deposits and invoice and so forth, because that's how QuickBooks has the journal report designed to look by default. We can come back and tweak that though. I'm going to click on Customize. And I want you to notice here we have the option for Filter. Filter is particularly useful. There are many different ways you can go about filtering a report. As you see, this one report can be filtered by transaction type, account, name, check printed, number, and so forth. A nice thing to do with our journal reports is to create what's called special journals. And QuickBooks does not have those built in automatically, but we can easily create them. And special journals are journals where we group similar related transactions in one report. So I'm going to check beside transaction type, and then we indicate which transaction types we would like to appear in this report. So for starters, I could click here for General Journal Entry, Run Report, and that will show me just journal entries and nothing else. Or maybe I want more than one type of transaction. I'm going to uncheck that one. Maybe I would like to see my checks, and I would like to see my bill payment checks, which are basic ways of issuing a check is through one of those two options. This would traditionally be called a cash disbursements or a cash payments journal because it shows the money going out of our business. I'm going to tell it to run report, and you see that I have checks, and I also have bill payment checks here. I can come back here. I can edit the name of this report. I can just make any change to it I'd like to. And I can come back also and change the name of the report name itself. This is changing the company name. This is changing the report name. And I can call this Cash Disbursements Journal. I also can change what actually appears on this report by going to the rows and columns. Anything which is checked right here is going to appear on the report. Anything which is not checked down below is not going to appear on the report. If I take a check mark away, for example, from the date, look and see, the date no longer shows. That probably would not be a very good idea. I'm going to check it and add it back. It does add it at the bottom. I'm going to click right here and drag it up, put it back to where it started. Maybe I don't want this field of adjustments. I can click that and take it away. Number of other fields available. The fields you're going to see available for any report depend upon the nature of what report it is that you are looking at. So we'll be looking at the filter options here to restrict the reports to just showing certain items we want to see. We can also make changes that we might need to at the rows and columns option. When I've finished customizing my report, I would like to save it. So next time I come back to my company, it's still there. I'm going to go back up here to Save Customization. Notice it guesses what I'd like to name this report, and it guessed it based upon the name that I entered right here, and it was a good guess. I can also take my customized reports and save them in a group. Right now we don't have any groups. I'm going to add a new group, and I'm going to call this My Favorite Reports. And now I'm adding that group. I am adding that report to that particular group. I also can share the report so people other than just the creator of the report can look at it. I'm going to ask you to do this on your projects and tests because I need to be able to come in and look at your reports. And if you don't share it, then I'm not able to. So I'm going to come here and say share with all. And now when I come in to your company, I've hopefully already been added as a user because I've already logged into your company previously when you told me that you had it created. And now I can come in and look at customized reports. I'm going to save this. I'm going to go back to reports. This is where we go by default, but now I have the option for custom reports. And you see I have the group entitled My Favorite Reports, and I also have the report that I just created named the Cash Disbursements Journal. I can add multiple reports to that group and then come and look at the entire group at one time, run those group of reports at one time, print them, and so forth. So we want QuickBooks to be customized in any ways we can to make it the most useful to us. One pretty easy way we can do that then is by customizing our reports. This will be important for you to be able to do on our projects and also test in this course.